Namaste, it's Renee, and welcome to my podcast, Peace, Love, Abundance, a place where I like to speak of many things. I am a yoga instructor, as well as a licensed esthetician, that's skincare, like facials and such, and a master herbalist. So on my podcast, if this is your first time listening to it, then now I have an abundance of things that I can share with you. And I believe, though, it all comes together, right? We need to treat ourselves kindly. We need to give it yoga, the physical aspects, the mental, the spiritual, the meditation, as well as herbs and whole foods, how we feed our bodies, as well as your skin. Your skin, I believe, is truly indicative of what's going on inside your body. It can tell us so much. And so therefore, I love my whole picture, in yoga. We talk about the mind, body, spirit, the three things. Well, being an esthetician, a master herbalist, and a yoga instructor, I encompass all of it. The mind, the body, the spirit. Only in my world, it comes down to, the mind and the body are together a little bit. That's the whole connection. Then you have the skin, and then the spirit can even be getting your nutrients from Mother Nature, the herbs, the food, the whole foods that we eat, right? It's the whole trifecta. We don't have one without the other. We don't have our mind without our body. We don't have our spirit without our mind. And we don't have the three of them together without cultivating all three of them. It's finding balance in life. It's all about connecting the dots of life. The dots come from our past. They move into our future. And the dots come from the mind, body, spirit connection, right? There's so many dots out there. It's like at nighttime looking up at the sky and seeing thousands upon thousands of stars coming out and knowing which journey is yours, which star to jump to next, and just connecting those dots. Today, specifically, I want to talk about the dots of our past and how our past can hold us back. And if your past is holding you back, it is time to change. Do you feel like what you're doing right now today isn't working or taking you where you want to be? You feel like you're even on a treadmill where every day becomes the same, or you're running for that finish line and it's not getting any closer. You're just running in place, treading water if you're swimming, whatever it is. Do you feel like you are putting all the effort into the world? Today, I watched a monk seal here in Maui. Monk seals are we find them here every now and then. It's a very auspicious thing when you see one, because there are only around 1,200 to 1,500 monk seals left in the world. That's not very many whenever you think of other species and animals and creatures on this planet. So to be able to see one is very rare and precious and few. But I got the opportunity to see one today. I noticed her in the water, kind of flailing about. In Maui right now, we're having record high swells, the waves, the current is super high right now. But I could see her flailing about as she was getting closer to shore, and then I patiently watched her as she worked her way into shore. And the effort that a seal, or even a walrus, if that helps you picture it too, a monk seal is in that realm, almost as big as a walrus, but it's a seal. Anyways, watching her, every effort she makes to work her way towards shore, defying all the odds, the waves and everything. And then once she does reach the beach, the little inchworming movement that she makes, that wave where she works her way up onto the beach, you can tell that she's much more efficient in the water than she is on land. Yet, land is where she can get a good rest and take a nap. So she's working her way up onto the shore. She makes going 10 yards even seem like a lot of effort. And she goes a few yards and then she stops, takes a few breaths, takes a few winks of the eye, hangs out for a second, and then she inchworms her way a little bit more and she's working her way up, right? So do you have even those days where you feel like even the smallest task takes so much effort? I have a little quiz, 6 questions to ask yourself while we're here. For one, whenever you're thinking about your past and not being where you want to be today, or taking a lot of effort to get to where you want to be, whether it's physically, mentally, or financially, those are just three main topics. It could be anything in your life right now that you are struggling with. But here are 6 questions to ask yourself, and be honest. This will get you thinking, but be honest. First question, what triggers you to think negative? Is it A, your own limiting beliefs? You don't believe you have the worthy of being more or anything different than what you are? B, other people. Did someone or some group make you believe you are not good enough? Some of this can spur from our childhood, even our parents, our siblings, our peers in school. C, just a bad day. When things don't go as planned, do you start to think about, if I had just done blah, 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 you fill in the blank. If I had just done this, then I wouldn't be here right now, right? Do you have regrets of decisions that you've made in the past and wish you would have taken a different path? All right, question number 2. What do you fester on most when you do start to feel these negative emotions come up? So when you're having one of these days where everything negative is coming up all around you, what do you fester on the most? Is it A, everything you wish you had done differently? All your past shortcomings, your mistakes, or your failures? Are all those the things that come up and you wish you had done differently? Or is it how you were mistreated or never good enough, right? You had a parent, a friend, a sibling, a peer, a boss that you were never good enough for, and so it instilled in your mind permanently that you're just not good enough. C, how you got the short end of the stick or denied something you felt you deserved but didn't get. Have you ever worked so hard for a promotion at your job only to see somebody else get that promotion? Yeah, that's an example. There's lots of things in life. But this is that whole how you got the short end of the stick or denied something you felt you deserved, but you didn't get it. Third question. When you speak of the negative things in your life, which do you dwell on most? A, do you dwell on the not so good things you have done? Or maybe the opposite, you dwell on the things you regret you haven't done, you haven't completed. B, do you dwell on the poor relationships with your peers, an ex, siblings, or parents? C, the bad hand you were dealt. You have never been lucky in your life or been given a lucky break. You look at everybody else in the world and you feel that they are lucky and you don't know why that luck has never come your way. Question number 4. When you look back at your past and the things you wish you could change, what do you think are so significant about those stories in your life? So when you think back at those times in your life where maybe you didn't do the right thing, you didn't make the right decision, and you wish you could go back and change it, what is it that is so significant about that moment in your life that it sticks with you and it comes up in times of feeling negative or feeling sorry for yourself? Is it A, that you lack the skill or knowledge to be better than you are? B, you will never measure up to others' expectations, right? Is it a significant moment because you didn't feel that you could ever measure up to someone else's expectations? Or C, you never get a lucky break, or good things just don't come to you, right? These things just don't come naturally. Question number 5. What emotion do you resonate with most about your past? So if you think about your past and you could narrow it down to one emotion, or anyways the 3 that I offer here, which of these 3 emotions do you resonate most with or could describe your past and the negative feelings that come up? A, is it shame? B, is it anger? C, envy. Do you have a lot of jealousy in you that just comes from deep within? And then question number 6, who do you blame? When you look back at your past and the things you didn't accomplish or the things that didn't go quite the way you wanted it to, or luck just isn't on your side, who do you blame? Do you blame A, yourself, B, others, C, the world? Do you actually blame the world? Your results. If you have more of the A answers, it means you have a self-worth issue. You don't see yourself as worthy of having the things you want, or that you have the skills or knowledge it takes to do what you want to do or become who it is you seek. Are more of your answers B? If it's B, you have a self-esteem issue based on what others' opinions are of you. And you give that too much validation, you give it too much value, and you think about it too much. And you hold yourself back in effort to make others happy above your own needs. If you had more C answers, then you just plain see yourself as the victim. That the world is out to get you, and you spend so much time in this place of thought that you can't appreciate the little things in life or what you do currently have. You believe everyone else has it better than you, living in jealousy of what you don't have or didn't get in life. You could also be a combination of all three of these. Regardless of your results, you are not alone, and it's time to break the cycle. Your past is your past. Our stories of the past are what make us who we are today, but they don't have to define who you are today. You have the ability to edit your story as you move forward. Starting with strong goals, intentions, and dreams. Before moving on into another year, I want you to consider taking my online class. It is well worth $50 or more as a master class goes, but I've placed it at a price of $25. Let's face it, we have all spent money on stupider things, and seriously, clearly defining your goals, dreams, and ambitions is not stupid. If you do think it's stupid, or you've been told it's stupid, then you're living in result B, right? Where you worry too much about what others think of you. Yeah. So stop thinking about what others think of you and do this for yourself, because yourself needs this. You want to start with strong goals, intentions, and dreams. And moving into 2019, starting a new year with a better idea of even your past, what you've been through, who you are, where you come from, but knowing you can edit the story into the future. I even have a testimonial here. So, my Connecting the Dots Goals Master Class. It's pre-recorded online. It's ready for you today. It's not something that's going to start soon. It starts now. Here is a testimonial I want to share with you from one of my faithful followers and has even become a friend over the years, Dulce. And I'm so thankful for finding her. We found each other through the gift of yoga, and I am very thankful for crossing paths with her. Her testimonial of my Connecting the Dots Goals Masterclass is, and I quote, "I took this class over a few days in 30-minute increments. Taking it this way worked well for me. It gave me the time to do the mental work and consider the activities that I was doing in the workbook. I enjoyed Renee's narrative. Her storytelling and personal disclosure provided a safe space. Her relatability felt sincere and approachable. It was symbiotic to the process that she was cultivating, which is growth. I most enjoyed the reminders about framing goals with positive words. Some of how she explained this concept was new to me, and I felt an aha moment. This is a very affordable self-help class. I'm glad that I took a chance on it. Chances are she's listening to this right now, even as I speak. And again, thank you, my love, for this testimonial and for taking a chance on me to try and take my Connecting the Dots masterclass. Any rate, in this master class, we will put in writing your goals, ambitions, and dreams. We'll verify what your mess is, because your mess is your message, and you need to hear even your own message to be able to move into the future. Recognize what you are naturally good at, and even verify what makes you good at what you're naturally good at, right? What are your passions? What are your natural skills? And what even makes you good at that? Did somebody in the past, did a parent or a coworker or somebody in the past say, hey, you're actually really good at that, right? So what feeds your passions? What are you naturally good at? We will take a walk down memory lane to connect the dots of the past to discover what your trigger was of your past that planted the bad seed in your head that made you believe you're not capable of living out your dreams, right? Let's find what that bad seed was, and let's throw it into the mulch pile or the whatever, burn it in a campfire and cultivate some new seeds, some seeds of love. And we'll define the obstacles that get in your way as well. I do know that there are obstacles, sometimes children, other things come up in life, our health, our well-being, our family's health and well-being, taking care of somebody else. There's a lot of obstacles, but if we can define what they are, then maybe it's easier to find that detour around them, right? If plan A doesn't work, try plan B, and then don't forget there's always plan C. And we'll set some clear milestones, aka dots, for you to connect into the future to accomplish what it is you seek through expelling limiting beliefs and overcoming excuses. And that might sound like a lot, but in this 1.5 hour master class, I lay it all out. We do it incrementally. And like Dulce even said in her testimonial, she did it in 30-minute chunks so that she could digest it. This is recorded for you. You can watch it as often as you want. You can do it in 20 or 30-minute segments so that you can absorb it and get back to it. It's up to you. It's pre-recorded, so you can do this at your own speed. All you need to do, though, is sign up. Included with it is the interactive video, a welcome video, and a PDF workbook. So an online PDF workbook that you will need to use through the 1.5 hour video that I have pre-recorded. Also, email us support for questions and deep thoughts. I love to talk. Obviously, I have a podcast. I do like to talk. So, email me your questions and deep thoughts at any time. Also, once you become kind of a part of my community, you get discounts on private one-on-ones with me if you want to speak with me in person, online. I usually use Zoom for this. If you know what Zoom is, it's an online, like Skype, but I use Zoom. But we can schedule a one-on-one for you to talk to me, get things off your chest, share with me the results of the workbook and the class that you took. And I'd love to hear what's going on. What do you need? I will become your accountability buddy. Also, if you share this with a friend and they sign up as well, then you both get a free one-on-one online consultation with me to discuss all these things. So, sharing is caring, and signing up with a friend has benefits if you want to try this. I'll put links in my podcast notes to where you can sign up for this masterclass. Big heads up here. I'm only making this available for a certain amount of time. So prior to 2019 and slightly into January, just in case there's some slow getters out there that haven't listened to this podcast yet. But after January of 2019, this class will not be available again. So don't hesitate. Also, you want to create a goal of yourself of the end of the year, right? To complete this so that you can go into 2019 new and fresh and clear about your goals, dreams, and intentions. Let's do this together. I am your accountability buddy. Thank you for being here today. I very much appreciate you being here today, and I'd love to work with you. But for now, I'll leave you with peace, love, abundance, and namaste.